All right, welcome back to the podcast that no one asked for. This is episode 6. Now, I did not make a video for this podcast. Well, when was the last time I did it? Okay, so we have the 5th, and now it's the 8th. So I did make one yesterday and the day before that. So I'm back. I just didn't make any videos because I didn't have any ideas. But then I just asked ChatGPT to give me ideas for an episode of the podcast, and this was one of them. So I'm going to talk about this now. And now, also, I'm wearing glasses today because my contacts were messing up, so that's why I'm wearing them. And now, before on episode 5, I talked about artificial intelligence. But one of the concerns that also comes with artificial intelligence is the fact that right now we're able to make AI videos, and they're not great, but as we continue to develop further and further these videos, we'll be able to make videos that look real and that we won't be able to disprove as being real. So we can have a video of like Donald Trump committing arson with an exact audio and an exact video that looks like he did it, when in reality it's just an AI generated. The whole thing is just AI generated. So what this leads problems for is that eventually, since this is so mainstream, anybody will be able to make these kinds of videos, and no one will be able to know if they're fake or not. So we've already seen those videos, and if you haven't, well, there are videos of Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Obama playing Minecraft together, or at least just talking with like one half of the screen is them talking and the other half is just Minecraft, because we have awful attention spans and we need multiple things on the screen to keep our attention. So you know, the voices on that are like pretty darn good. The only problem is it sounds like they're reading a script in most cases. Now I have an example here of that. Let me show you my screen real quick. Let me make sure I'm doing it right. Okay. That's not right. Okay, wait. Here we go. This is an AI generated episode of the Joe Rogan experience, where he interviews Donald Trump, but it's completely done by AI. None of it is like actually Joe Rogan or Donald Trump speaking, and you can tell that it sounds very scripted, and it sounds like Joe Rogan is reading from a script because it's not Joe Rogan and it's not Trump. So, and then I think they also, like, for an image, like they just have images of Donald Trump and Joe Rogan that are also AI generated. So there's that. But yeah, if we give this a listen, let me turn on my audio. Here we go.
Joe Rogan Podcast. Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan AI Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Hey folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan AI Experience. This is episode number 2, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. I have to remind everyone that every single word in this podcast has been generated by AI using ChatGPT. So this is not me, Joe Rogan, speaking, and these aren't the real voices of the people we'll be talking about. This is just AI technology showcasing what it's capable of.
Like, they get down his mannerisms. If you've never watched an episode of the podcast, you wouldn't know what he sounds like. So let me get like an actual video. Let me get a video of him talking about AI. This is on YouTube.
My favorite movies of all time was when that guy...
Hold on. Okay, here we are. You can see all my tabs here. You see I have Neil.fun, ChatGPT, Uwe Ascens Viola. This is my school website. But yeah.
some tests on these artificial intelligence creations and determine whether or not they pass as human. And he is in love with this woman. She's manipulated him to the point where he's aided her in her escape, and then she leaves him in that room with the bulletproof glass, and he's pounding on the glass, and she walks away with not a thought at all about him. My favorite.
Okay, that sounds like an AI talking. That does not sound like Rogan Joe. Huh. Interesting. And then, okay, this looks like a scene from the podcast.
Do you have any concern that with what's going on with AI, that it's gonna completely take the legs out from a lot of artists? Like, if you think about what they're doing with AI, with the ability to write things,
Okay,
it
now
can
listen
write.
to how that sounds.
And let me say, it's pretty damn impressive. So
He even gets like sorry about the swear words, but he even gets like his breaths down. Like Joe Rogan's like, so let's dive in. It's something about the mannerisms and how he breathes even. It's really good. Also, I like this AI generated image. Also looks pretty cool.
let's dive in, sit back, relax, and enjoy this AI
And this is
generated experience.
32
But
minutes
remember,
long.
none of this should be taken seriously, and it's for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's do this. How you doing, Mr. President?
Joe, it's great to be here.
Even like don't okay, that is a really good AI generated image. That you can tell it's fake, but just barely. Like something about it looks a bit uncanny, but it sounds just like Trump, and it's really bizarre.
I'm doing fantastic, just fantastic.
Like even the way, like Donald Trump just repeats what he says. Like that's what he does in real life. He's like, "I'm doing great. I'm doing just fine. Really just fine." Like he just said that.
The energy in this room is tremendous.
That's great to hear. So, Mr. President, I got to ask you, are you a fan of the UFC?
Okay.
Joe, let me tell you, I love the UFC. It's one of the most exciting sports out there. It's not for everyone, but if you're a fan, there's nothing like it. The athleticism, the courage, the power, it's just tremendous.
So it's very clearly scripted, but it's still like really good, and it you know we're not gonna be able to determine it like with if this is how it is like 4 months ago. Imagine what it'll be like in a few years. We're gonna have videos that we're not gonna be able to disprove as real. I'm pretty sure Elon Musk was like there was like an accusation made against him about some crime he committed, but he claimed that the video that he used against him was AI generated, which I don't think was true. That was kind of I think that's like what his lawyer said or something like that, which is not true. But yeah. So yeah, well, that's right. So we have like several we even have like right now we have like cartoon characters singing different songs. Like there's one like SpongeBob singing that song that's like policeman swear to God. I don't exactly know what the lyrics are, but police men swear to God. I think okay. So this is like an example of misheard lyrics. So the lyrics are like policemen swear to God, something about guns, but it's misheard lyrics, so it's gonna not be that, and this might get copyrighted, but oh well.
Police, I swear to God, not simping for a child.
That's it. That's it. Which is not the original lyrics. I actually don't know what the original lyrics are, but it's not that. But it sounds like really similar to SpongeBob. It doesn't sound like exactly like him, but
Police, I swear to God.
the original song is actually pretty good. You should listen to it. I forget what it's called, but Policeman, swear to God. It's called Little Dark Age, or is it by Little Dark Age? Yeah, yeah. Try a guy named MGMT, I think. Yeah, okay. Policeman, swear to God, loves seeping from the guns. I don't know what that means, but what in the world is this? Okay. Anyways, this is this is just a big side thing, but then we have one with this dude. Hold on, let me show you. Sorry, I got off on a tangent. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, AI generated stuff. It used to be like, oh, I don't know if this is AI generated, uh, but there's a video of Morshu from Legend of Zelda bootleg game reading the entire Bible, and the video is 3 days long. So yeah, I don't know how they did this, but you just heard what that was, but here. It's really good, but you'd have to read the text in order to know what he's actually saying, because you can't. So what do you think he's saying here? Unless you know this exact version, which I think is like the rain. I forget what this version is called. Yeah, this is a translation by Rainbow Missions Incorporated, uh, which I've never heard of. So yeah, it's really weird. Like you can just take a small clip of someone saying something and then use that to say like anything, make them say anything, because it's really weird. But yeah, uh, gotta have my coffee. Another thing that ChatGPT told me to talk about was ethical concerns, exploring the ethical dilemmas surrounding AI generated content and deepfakes. Discuss issues related to consent. I don't know what. Okay, consent, privacy, and the potential for misinformation and manipulation. Of course, it's got to talk about misinformation. Uh, but ethical dilemmas. So like a dilemma, it's this like whenever you have two outputs for one thing that's gonna happen. So for example, with AI, there's two outputs that could be coming from this. Either the AI will be good and it will be helpful towards society, or it will have a negative impact where it will be the destruction of society, taking away people's jobs, uh, destroying, I don't know, destroying the world or something like that. And so we need to find out, like, where do we need to stop, like, with AI? What's the most we need to do with AI, and where's the stopping point? Because at some point you gotta ask, is this necessary for AI to do, or can we? It also, what another problem with this is it promotes people to be lazy, because then it gets people to work less and just be like, okay, I'll have AI do this instead of me. And so it makes people more lazy so that they don't have to do the work that they need to be doing. And so that's another problem with it, because we're already in a society nowadays where like the majority of Gen Z people just are complaining about having to work, as if like no one has had to do that for the past thousands of years. They're complaining about this, but it's necessary for society to grow. You need to work. You need to be an actual, contributor to society. But with AI, it's promoting not having that, and it's promoting people to be more lazy and to just, yeah, it's not good where this is heading. Uh, there's just a lot of things that AI can do now that it should not be able to do and that it has no reason to do. And we need to be like, is this necessary? Is this helpful towards society, or is this making a downfall in society? Should we stop with all of this? But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I just want to let you know that this whole episode was generated by AI. I'm not real. Everything you see is not real. I'm kidding, of course. This was all real. But yeah, if you would like to see a previous episode of the podcast, you can click here. If you would like to see the podcast playlist, it's right here. And if you would like to subscribe, it's right here. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.